Hi, today I'm going to share my current weight and also 5 things you might not know about me. Hi, welcome. My name is Tina and I had traditional duodenal switch surgery on June 9th of 2020. Currently about 10 months out. And as far as my weight statistics, my highest weight ever was 340 pounds. And I don't know exactly when that was. It was like a few years ago. It was the last time I weighed that much. The day I met Dr. Srikanth the first time, which was February 19th of 2020, my weight that day was 282 pounds. The day that I went in for my surgery, which was June 9th of 2020, my weight was 262 pounds, and my current weight is 186 pounds. So I've lost 154 pounds since my top weight. I've lost 96 pounds since the first time I met Dr. Srikanth. I've lost 76 pounds since my surgery day. And I'm pretty excited about that. I wish it was more, and I have goals that are probably not realistic, which is not just part of my thing, I guess. I always see these, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I follow a lot of people on Instagram that had duodenal switch surgery or just different types of bariatric surgeries, and I think it's really easy to fall into a trap of, I wanted to lose over 100 pounds by my surgery day or whatever, or my anniversary or whatever, but I am trying to just celebrate my victories, and I'm a lot older than a lot of people that have these surgeries. I am 52 years old, and I know a lot of people that I follow are a whole lot younger than I am, so I feel like that probably impacts a lot of it, plus the fact that I had already lost like 60 pounds before I even met Dr. Srikanth the first time. So I just am a chronic dieter, and I was thinking about this morning because I was excuse me, I'm having some seasonal allergies still. I need a drink of water, excuse me. That if you've been dieting your whole life, I've been dieting. The first time I remember actually dieting, I think I was 12, but it was probably earlier than that. But that, I'm 52 years old now, so that's 40 years of my life, which is most of my life. I've been on some form of plan or diet or, excuse me. I'm going to try to edit out these, but I'm bad at editing still, so excuse my throat. Anyway, so I was thinking about this, and what happens when I don't remember ever weighing 186 ever, even as a 20-year-old. I don't remember ever weighing 186. I was always over 200 pounds, and I can see kind of the end in sight. Like, I am currently 36. My goal weight is to be under 150 pounds. I may or may not ever get there, but I'm currently 36 pounds away from my goal weight. And then what? So I've been talking on YouTube for probably 6 months. What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to obsess about after I lose all my weight? It's just the weirdest thing. I just was thinking about this morning, like, what is my life going to be like? What is my identity going to be like? And so I don't know. It's kind of things that I think about. You all know I read a lot of books. I'm trying really hard to do a lot of work internally, as well as the external part of this weight loss journey. I know there's a lot of mental stuff going on around being morbidly obese for over 40 years, and so anyway, just working on some things. So my friend Allie, she is my friend on YouTube. She has her YouTube channel is called Shrinking in Seattle DS, and she had a video recently that was 5 things that you may not know about me, or that you don't know about me. She was kind of encouraging other YouTube people to do the same thing, and so I wanted to do it as well. I'm going to kind of adjust it a little bit because I want my 5 things. Number one, I'm a very open book. So if you watched every single one of my videos very, very thoroughly, I've probably said this stuff before in a video, but I'm just going to assume that most people don't go back and watch every detail of every video I've ever done. So you might already know about this about me, but you might not. And the other caveat I have in this is I wanted it to be not weight related. So yeah. So 5 things that you might not know about me. The first one is that I had a kind of an unusual childhood in that we moved a lot. I was always the new kid in the school. I was always, we moved, and my parents were not in the military. It wasn't a military family, but we just moved a lot. My dad liked to change jobs, and so I was born in Nebraska. We lived in Arizona. We lived in Washington State, different parts of Washington State. We lived in Southern California. We lived in Ohio. And then we would kind of go back and forth. So we would go back to Seattle, or we'd go back to California. We just did all kinds of just moving around. And so I was always the new kid. I was always a new girl. And my parents didn't really worry about trying to move during the summer. So half the time I was starting at a new school halfway through the school year, and it was just really hard. And I am not a real outgoing person. I was very shy, and I've just always been very awkward. So yeah, that's kind of my history, my childhood, and what things were like for me growing up. Number 2, I am a survivor of domestic violence. And so I got married when I was 19 years old. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I was married for a total of, I think, 7 years, and at least 6.5 of those years I was desperately trying to get away. It was a very, very bad situation. It was very scary a lot of the time, and very violent, and very mentally abusive, and very verbally abusive, and yeah. So that the reason I'm mentioning that is not to get anybody to feel sorry for me, because I know that's not what I'm about right now. But reason I'm bringing it up is that because of my situation, and I had spent some time in a domestic violence shelter with my children. I have 2 little kids, or they're in their 30s now. When I was fleeing domestic violence, I had 2 little kids. So I spent some time with domestic violence programs, and they helped me a lot. They helped me so much. I learned so much about myself. I developed some strength that I didn't have. I just felt domestic violence shelter programs literally changed me and my children's lives. And so throughout that whole process, I ended up becoming a domestic violence advocate. I went to college. I took some courses in human services, and did a lot of book learning, and did a lot of I did an internship at a domestic violence shelter locally, and I ended up getting a job there. And so I spent 15 years of my life working in either homeless programs or strictly domestic violence programs. I also, for a period of time, I worked with mentally ill veterans, but that was just, I think, about 2 years. And the rest of my life, I worked with women or men, people that were affected by domestic violence, and their families. And so that's just, I'm very, very happy that, I'm not happy that I had a bad domestic violence situation. It was really bad, but I'm really happy that I somehow managed to turn that into a really, really cool career. And I loved my jobs. I loved my coworkers. It was fun, and I just loved interacting with people and kids, and just, I don't know, it was just a great, great experience for me. So the other thing you might not know about me is I have 2 adult children. I have a daughter that is 33 and a son that is 31. I don't have any grandkids yet. I am married to a man that has two sons, and one of his sons, I might become a step grandma soon, but yeah, I don't have any grandkids with my kids yet. Maybe someday, I don't know. I've never really been a person that pushed my children to have kids. It's just never been my thing. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I love my kids so much, and yeah, there's that. And then another thing that is another thing you might not know about me is that I've never owned a home. I'm 52 years old and I've never owned property. So I was a single mom for a very long time. I got away from my abusive ex-husband when I was, I think, 26, 27. And I didn't get remarried until 2 years ago. So I was just, and I had kids, and I had this thing about not wanting, you know, other people to be close to my children. And so I kind of kept them sheltered away from other people. And particularly, I didn't want any relationship that I had to affect them. And I had so much trauma from my domestic violence, and I was working with families in domestic violence, and I just didn't want to expose my kids to any type of issue like that after my bad marriage. So I was single for a really long time. And my kids, when they turned, I think they were both 18. When they both, after my youngest turned 18, is when I finally started, you know, branching out a little bit. And I did a little bit of internet dating and just kind of real casual, nothing serious. It was really hard for me after being single that long. I really didn't want to lose my independence. I felt really strong about that. And so I was just single for a very, very long time. And then I met my current husband February of 2015. And we just get along really well. He's just my type of person. We just complement each other really well. We're really happy. And so, yeah, we're both in our 50s, and we both are just, I don't know, it's a great marriage. And then the last thing is that it kind of goes hand in hand with never owning a home, but we have plans to, so I live in the greater Seattle area. It's really expensive here, and that's basically why I've never owned a home, because I was always working in social services, and social services doesn't pay as much as it should, especially because it's a kind of job where you're working constantly, like even when you're not actually working, you're thinking about resources for your families, or you're thinking about how you can help certain things. And so it's just not a job that pays really well. And since I was always single, it just wasn't going to happen. Now that my kids are grown and my husband's children are almost grown, we are definitely going to be buying a house, and we are probably going to be relocating. I'm not totally sure where yet, but neither one of us really want to get into, we don't want to be mortgage poor in our 50s. Like, that's just not something that's something that either one of us want to do. It's just not, I don't know. We want to live somewhere that's more affordable. So yeah, we have a couple of places that we're strongly thinking of. Probably it's not going to be anywhere near here though, because it's just so expensive to buy a home here. A lot of people here have a lot of money, and I'm not one of them. So, anyway, so part of this, my channel, you know, as my channel evolves, I'm doing weight loss surgery stuff and weight loss and all that. Well, at some point, there's going to be a move across the country, and we're probably going to get a fixer-upper. We want to get a fixer-upper home. We want to fix it up and remodel it, and I just want to have that part of my channel is to be sharing this journey. So, just kind of a little teaser, I guess, and what's going to happen in the next year or so. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all your comments. And I always want to know what's going on with my followers or people that watch my videos. And if you want to share any comments, make me happy. I appreciate any comments that you have, but I would love to know where you're from or where you are at, where you live now, just out of curiosity. So if you think of that, and if you don't mind sharing, if you could post that in the comments, I would really love it. Anyway, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great day. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you. Bye.